According to Senator John McCain, who is a Navy pilot POW, he stated, every day approximately 22 American veterans commit suicide, totaling over 8,000 veterans each year. I repeat, 8,000 veterans each year. The reason that I picked this subject, not only am I a vet, but I'm also a combat vet with a 70% disability rating, which obviously you can have up to 100%. And for each disability you have, or PTSD, or any kind of combat trauma, you get a certain percentage. Mine is 70%, which also includes PTSD. The reason that I picked this topic for you guys is, by a show of hands, how many of you are under the age of 35? Wow. Is the second leading cause for people your guys' age is suicide. So while I'm talking about veteran suicide, I'm also interested in suicide in general, so this could relate to all of you guys. The purpose of my speech is to discuss that approximately 8,000 veterans per year commit suicide. This is released by the Department of Veterans Affairs, dated February 3rd, 2015. First, I will talk about suicide statistics breakdown. Then I will discuss why suicide is such a taboo topic. And finally, I will discuss how having an open conversation about mental health and suicide could hopefully prevent or at least lower the numbers. So the Department of Veterans Affairs, which I go there for my medical, which it's actually not as bad as people say. They say they treat vets really bad. I go to the Loma Linda one and I actually got really great help. And I had pink eyes and actually wanted to touch me, so good for them. So the Department of Veterans Affairs says 22 per day or 1 every 65 minutes. I was in 21 years, so if you think about that, I probably lost a really good friend once a year, which was heartbreaking. Department of Veterans Affairs report, September 15, 2026, stated that 23% of veterans compared to, 23 civilians compared to 32 of military veterans commit suicide. And while I want to stress that civilian suicide is no joke, I feel just as strongly about that as I do this. It's just the numbers for veterans are a little bit higher. So the suicide rate for veterans is 30 compared to 14, so that's for every 100,000 of the population. I briefly talked about statistics of suicide, and I want to talk about why suicide is such a taboo topic. Why, when something is hard to talk about, do we whisper it? Oh, they have cancer. Oh, they were in a car accident. They're having financial problems. But we won't talk about suicide. We won't discuss it in groups. We won't talk about it in the family. If somebody in your family commits suicide, you say, oh, they had an accident. Nobody wants to actually call it what it is and bring this topic to light. Show of hands, when you saw that picture, did you squirm in your chair? Did you look away? Is it hard for you to relate to this subject? When will people get better about talking about suicide? Why is it that we have such a hard time discussing it? According to the Navy, on September 4th, 2018, we started a program called ACT. And this little simple act was act, care, and treat. And all it was going up to somebody and saying, hey, how's your day going? Hey, you don't look like you're having a good day. Just briefly asking them, like, what's going on. I think that the reason that some people are uncomfortable is they think, oh, I don't know enough about suicide. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't help you. I don't know if my friends will want to talk to me about this. With a small act from the United States Navy, we said if you just have a brief conversation with someone, if you just ask them, how are you feeling today? What's going on? No, you're not a doctor, But that little simple act could maybe get them to want to discuss something with you. And if that little talk with them doesn't bring closure, you could maybe suggest them to go talk to a doctor or the chaplain. This simple thing, you don't seem okay, I'm here for you, do you want to talk about it? Could change someone's whole life. I wanted to leave you guys with this closing. Suicide doesn't end the chances of life getting worse. It eliminates the possibility of it ever getting better. It's unknown, but I think it's so true. It's a permanent solution to a temporary problem.